Hello, my name is Chef Matthew Sosoyev. I am the Culinary Research and Development Manager here at Stater Brothers Markets. Today we're going to be walking you through preparing a beef crown rib roast. This roast was prepared and seasoned yesterday by our certified meat cutters. So as you could see, this is going to be a beautiful piece of meat on that center table. So what we're going to do is today I'm using a regular meat thermometer, which I'm going to insert right in the center. And this will stay in throughout the whole cooking process. All right, so now that we have the meat thermometer, one thing I do want to mention to you guys is very important, is inside your roasting pan, always use some type of rack to elevate the meat so it's not sitting on the bottom of the pan. What that does is it allows airflow to go underneath to help even temperature cooking, and also the roast doesn't kind of soak in the bottom with its juices. Another thing I like to always say, or I've had some mentors say to me, what's your number? You've heard of the sleep number. What's your meat number? My meat number is 135. I like a beautiful medium rare. So another important thing I want to point out to you guys is to make sure you keep your scale label here, which has the weight on it, how much per pound, because the reason is we want to cook it at about 14 minutes per pound for a nice medium rare. You could go about 17 minutes a pound for a medium to more well done, if that's what you're trying to achieve. So another important piece that we need to focus on is to make sure you remove your meat from the refrigerator prior to cooking. And what that does is going to allow the meat to get to room temperature, and therefore it will create a more even cooking throughout the process. So next thing I want to touch on is your oven temperature. I have my oven currently preheating at 325 degrees. There are multiple ways to prepare roast, and you might have your own favorite way. Today we're going to be preparing it low and slow. It's going to come out beautiful, nice and tender and juicy. All right, so the time has come, ladies and gentlemen, to be putting this roast into the oven. All right, well, we are back. Our roast is out of the oven and looks absolutely amazing, as well as it smells even more amazing. All right, so the important thing about letting your meat rest is whether it's a steak, a beautiful roast like this, when you cook it, all the juices want to come to the outside. So when you let it rest, all your juices come back to the middle for a more pleasurable eating experience. So now we're just going to loosely cover it with some foil and let it do its thing. All right, so our roast has rested. I don't want to try to say that 5 times in a row. That might be a tongue twister. So now we're going to show you how to carve this beauty. So as you've seen in the previous video, how he has the 2 ties, which holds the rack of ribs together. So first what we want to do is cut this, and the string just pulls right out. Then we're going to go to the other side and do the same thing. You could do it with scissors if you have scissors. If you have a sharp knife, works just as well. So with that done, now we remove the racks. I'm going to set these here. Slide this over. And then I'm going to carve the ribs. What I'm going to do next is you got the 2 strings that attach the 2 pieces of prime rib together. I'm going to cut the strings and then get to carving. So you have these 2 beautiful roasts. Now we're going to carve them. Depending on how many people you have, you could vary your thickness. I'm going to go a little bit thin here so we could enjoy this tasty piece of meat. I don't know about you, but this looks pretty darn delicious. So next I'll just put this on the platter. I know a lot of people usually like a little bit more well done, so that's always, the end cut is always probably the best option for them. Beautiful medium rare. this just like this. And then what you could do is just simply garnish your plate with these nice roasted ribs. Just like this. Pile these on. I don't think you're going to get any complaints. All right, so we have this beautiful platter of our ground beef rib roast, and I'm all about the finishing touches. So I'm just going to take some of this fresh rosemary and just kind of garnish the plate a little bit. The prettier it looks, the better it tastes, in my opinion. A couple sprigs. You could spread it out however you would like. Just going to keep it simple. And there you go. So I know it looked like a pretty intimidating piece of meat. This roast was hopefully prepared in a way, step by step, for you guys to have the confidence to pull this off at home and not be intimidated by this. So once again, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to sit down and enjoy a nice meal right now. Thank you very much, and happy holidays from Stater Brothers.